Although Terry Richmond struggles to find justice throughout Rebel Ridge's runtime, the Netflix film ends on a hopeful note where he wins against the corrupt legal system. Directed by Jeremy Saulnier, Rebel Ridge begins with former Marine Terry Richmond arriving in the small town of Shelby Springs to post bail for his cousin, Mike. However, moments after he enters the town, a police vehicle rams into his bike and 2 police officers unjustly seize his bail money in the name of civil asset forfeiture. Despite knowing how the police unfairly snagged his money, Richmond keeps his head low and tries to stay out of trouble. To his dismay, no matter what he does not get the bail money back, preventing him from saving his cousin. Towards the final moments of the Netflix action movie, Richmond reaches the end of his wits when his cousin dies and the police try to harm Summer, the only person in the town who dares to help him. As a result, he unleashes his fury at Shelby Springs law enforcement and sets out to expose their criminal activities. Why Terry, Evan, and Summer get a police escort in Rebel Ridge's ending. The police force realizes Chief Sandy Byrne was wrong. Terry Richmond getting a police escort in Rebel Ridge's ending. In Rebel Ridge's ending arc, Richmond, Aaron Pierre, finds himself surrounded by police officers outside Shelby Springs police station as he attempts to execute his final plan to expose them. However, things take a grim turn when Officer Steve Lon, Emery Cohen, drugs Summer, Anna Sophia Robb, and decides to kill Richmond there and then to prevent him from causing any further damage. Luckily for Richmond, Officer Evan Marston, David Denman, takes his side, which leads to a conflict between Marston and Lon. Although Chief Sandy, Don Johnson, shoots Marston's leg, Richmond takes the injured police officer to safety and sets out to single-handedly take down the police force using the non-lethal weapons from Sandy's storage. He even manages to escape in a police car with Marston and Summer. However, a blown-up tire slows his vehicle down, allowing the police officers to catch up with him. To his surprise, instead of following Chief Sandy's orders, Officer Jessica Sims, Zane J., derails Chief Sandy off the road and goes to his vehicle to arrest him. Meanwhile, the other police officers give his vehicle a police escort instead of attacking him. This establishes that even though the town's police force was in on Sandy Byrne's criminal practices, they were growing increasingly frustrated about paying for the consequences of his actions. Therefore, when Sandy shot a loyal police officer like Evan Marston, the police force realized he did not deserve their support. They also noticed that Terry was putting his life on the line only to take Evan Marston to the hospital. As a result, they defied Chief Sandy's orders and gave Terry's vehicle a police escort. The real reason why the police seized Terry's bail money explained. They were using the money to fund the town and their department. Although Summer and Terry initially struggle to understand the true motives of the local police force, they suspect they are up to no good based on a few clues. For instance, Summer notices that all sentences for misdemeanor charges go on for 90 days even though the town is too broke to keep the felons imprisoned for so long. Things make a lot more sense when Terry Richmond notices heaps of cash and bundles of non-lethal weapons in Chief Sandy's police station. When Sandy attempts to de-escalate the situation with Terry, he even tells him that all the cash in the station was legally seized to fund the police department and sent back to the community. Terry, however, does not buy his claims. The chief further adds that the weapons he saw at the station help them sustain themselves because the state does not fund them. He says they outsource the non-lethal weapons to other PDs, which helps them derive profits. However, this still does not reveal why the police department and the town are going broke. Towards the final arc of Rebel Ridge, Summer and Terry visit the town's judge, who finally tells them the truth about what is happening. The judge discloses that an illegal search orchestrated by Chief Sandy snowballed and led to a wrongful death. After the chief was personally named for the crime, the settlement led to the town's bankruptcy. To ensure the police department remains out of legal jeopardy, they kicked every charge down to misdemeanor possession so that the case never leaves the town court.